It's the third time that I filmed this video. I think that's a metaphor for what my life is right now and for my state of mind. But we'll try again. Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Fran, and today I'm going to do my Queer Lit Readathon / June TBR. Yes, it's been a while. I was not planning on being gone for so long, but the first half of the year has been crazy. Absolutely batshit crazy, and it's about to get crazier in the upcoming few months, but hopefully I'll make it work. Hopefully I'm here to stay, but you know that I cannot make promises about that. I can just say that I will try and hopefully I will succeed. I will go into what's happening in an upcoming video sometime in the future, but that's not the topic for today's video. Today's video is all about queer books and the Queer Lit Readathon. That's the reason why I'm back. The political scene in Italy has been stressful, unreal, and upsetting. It's a shit show, and it's just getting worse and worse, and I'm seeing similar things happening all over the world in other countries, and that just makes me so mad. It's scary, and you truly feel powerless in a world that does not want you and wants to make things harder for you to just, live your life and mind your own business, but that's what we gotta deal with. Anyway, a few days ago I saw Kathy's video pop up in my feed. It was her TBR for the month and for the Queer Lit Readathon, and it was just the push. It was the push that I needed to come back and talk about books, and specifically queer books, because that's what we're here to do, fighting homo bi transphobia one book at a time. This is the 11th round of a Queer Lit Readathon. There's a bingo board with 16 prompts, and I will leave all the information as well as the creators' channels in the description down below. I have quite the ambitious TBR, despite the fact that June is going to be a very, very crazy month for me, but I will try my best because it's queer books and Queer Lit Readathon, and I'm excited. I did not fulfill all the prompts, and I used the same book for multiple prompts, but if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do, Since this is the third time filming this video, no more preambles, let's just jump right in and see what books I have chosen to be read in June. But just one more disclaimer, as usual in TBR videos, this is my TBR. These are books that I have not read yet, so I don't know much about them, and I don't want to, because I like going into books without knowing too much about the synopsis, because I want to be surprised. I did do some research, but I might be mistaken about some things. So please do not hold me accountable for every single word that I say about each of these books, because I might be mistaken. And that's okay. So first up we have the group read, and that is Fina by Nino Cipri. I don't know much about this one. I know that it's a sci-fi novella with some horror elements, but not too horror, because I think it's also shelved as YA, but do not quote me on that. And all I know about it is that it is set in an IKEA-like store, and weird things start happening, and that's all I need to know, really, to know that it might be a very interesting novella, and I'm really liking my sci-fi novellas lately, so I'm excited about this one. And I'm also going to count it as host rec for the host rec prompt, because it's been chosen by our hosts. Next prompt I have a book for is banned books, and here I'm just going to shut right up, because just the idea, of banning books is absurd and embarrassing and totally unacceptable in a 21st century society. All I have to say about it, because I like to be confrontational with certain things, is that these people who are trying to ban books and banning books effectively should go look themselves in the mirror and just ask themselves why they're so scared. Why they're scared of people who did nothing to them and want nothing to do with them. And why they're choosing ignorance and hate over love and kindness towards each other. And then they should go The book that I chose for this prompt is Genderqueer by Maya Kobabe. This is a graphic novel memoir. The author uses EMAR pronouns, and this graphic memoir is, I think, mainly about air adolescence. I actually saw this book physically, like the physical copy of this book, a few days ago at an Italian book fair. It has been just translated into Italian, so they had it at a stand, and I saw it and I immediately went to flip through it. And I have to say, perhaps some drawings might be a bit more graphic and might not be good for some readers' sensitivity. This is absolutely not an excuse. You as a reader know what things might trigger you and what things might upset you. So it's up to you to perhaps stay clear of a specific book. There shouldn't be someone else banning it. That's okay? Okay. Anyways, I'm going to read the Italian translation because I'm curious to see what they did with the pronouns, because we do not have those pronouns in Italian. We do not have gender neutral pronouns. And I'm going to use this book for this prompt as well as for the memoir prompt. Next prompt is crime, and for this one I have We'll Never Tell by Wendy Hurd. I'm going to listen to the audiobook of this one. This is a YA contemporary book about a bunch of teens who are YouTubers. They trespass into abandoned places and haunted houses, and they film footage and then they upload it on their channel. One day they go into this murder house in LA, and I am guessing there's something weird going on and they find themselves in trouble. At least that's what I'm guessing. I love to read these books during the summer, those crime mystery teen novels. I love listening to the audiobooks of these genre specifically, and I cannot wait. I'm very excited. Then we have the prompt Enby author or MC, and I chose The Moth Keeper by Kay O'Neill. Kay O'Neill is a non-binary writer and artist, and I have read their Tea Dragon Society series, not all the books, I think the third one and the first one in that order, and I just love them so much. I love Kay O'Neill's writing and drawings. Their books they melt your heart. They're so cozy and warm, and they give you hope for a few minutes for a better world. And then right after you're done with the book, that hope crashes and burns because the real world is a scary, terrible place for queer people and things are just gonna get worse, but never mind that. All I know about this graphic novel specifically is that it features lunar moths, and I think there's a sort of woods setting, and for that I think I might also use it for the folklore prompt. It's just giving me those feelings, so I'm gonna go with that. Next is Intersectional, and for this one I chose The Luis Ortega Survival Club by Sonora Reyes. The main character of this book is Ari. She is autistic and she likes to be by herself. She doesn't want to be noticed by other people, until one day she does get noticed by a guy at her school, and later at a party they have sex. The issue is she did not say no, but she also did not say yes to him. And the following day there are rumors going around about what happened, and I am guessing that she's going to unfortunately have to deal with that. And I'm also guessing that she's not the only one that this happened to, because from the title I think the guy's name is Luis Ortega and he did this to other girls, and they're going to maybe team up against him to make him pay, and I hope that happens. I hope they make him pay. I'm going to listen to the audiobook of this one as well because the sample was really nice and I am truly looking forward to it. I had an e-arc of this one. Did I get to it in time before the book came out? Of course not. And this book fits the intersectional prompt because the main protagonist is queer and neurodivergent. Next is Continued, and for this prompt I'm going to finish reading A Restless Truth by Freya Marsk. I have a very complicated relationship with this book because I had started it in April, end of March. I'm not sure, but I reached the 70% mark and I just stopped reading it one day because I really wasn't enjoying it. I was really slugging my way through it. But the thing is, this is the second book in a series, and in this series there's a main fantasy storyline, but in each book there are different main characters. So I really liked the ones from the first book. I loved their relationship, I loved their romance, I loved the writing style as well. It had that whole time feeling to it because it is set in the 1800s in London. But the second book was just not working for me. Not only the writing style felt different, but also the main characters, I don't know why, I just couldn't connect with them. They just felt fake, and I really was not liking their romance, how it was playing out. So I do have an issue with that. But the thing is, I think I'm going to really like the third book and the characters of the third book. So I have to read the second one to go on. I have to. And I will just try my best to plow through and get to the end of it. Next is Queer Friends, and for this one I'm going to listen to the audiobook of Wild Things by Laura Kay. I don't know much about this one, but I do know that it's about a group of queer friends that decide to go live all together in a country house, and a romance is going to blossom between two women, and I think they're longtime friends and one developed feelings towards the other. I'm not quite sure, but there's a group of queer friends and I am so looking forward to it because it is written by a British author and the narrator had that lovely British accent, and I am so excited. I cannot wait. And last but not least, we have two prompts for which I'm going to use the same book, and that is short stories and choose your own category. Now, for previous editions of the Queer Lit Readathon, the choose your own category was audiobooks for me because the choose your own category is a long-standing prompt. Every round of Queer Lit Readathon had it, and every round I was there with my audiobooks. But this time around I want to change things up a little bit because I am still going to listen to audiobooks. That's how I do half of my reading. But this time around I wanted to push myself in a different direction, and so I chose Italian books as a category because I do read a lot of queer books, but I do not read many Italian books, even though I should. And even less than that, I don't read queer Italian books written by Italian authors. And I really, really want to change that. It does not work well with me. I don't like it at all. So for this prompt, I chose Tre ciotole by Michela Murgia. I'm not 100% sure there are going to be queer characters in this book, but the author identifies as queer, and this unfortunately might be the last book that she writes, so I really want to get to it as soon as I can, and I'm really hoping that she puts some queer characters in it. And it's a collection of short stories, so it also fits the short stories prompt perfectly. I think this is it. I think we're done. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments if you're going to join and what books you're going to be reading, and also let me know if you have read any of the books that I've mentioned so far and what you thought of them. Let me know in the comments down below because you guys know that I love talking to you. Your comments always make my day and always make me smile, which is the most important thing, particularly now. Before I go, one last thing. I just want to ask something of you guys. If you can, if it's not dangerous for you in any way, please be vocal. Show your support. Read queer books, talk about queer books, talk about queer facts and news and issues. Be vocal wherever you can, with whomever you can, because now more than ever, we need you. Not only do we as a queer community stand up for ourselves and talk and let our voice be heard, but we need your support, the allies' support, because being discriminated against and seeing rights being taken away from you hurts. And what hurts more is seeing everyone else that is not part of the queer community just stand by and be quiet and not say anything, not saying that it's not fair. And it just hurts. So please, 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 if you can, just just be vocal, just be there and show your support. That's the only thing that each of us can do. And if you can do it, we truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And I can assure you it means the world to us. I wish you all a very happy Pride. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon, I promise, with another video. But until then, have a good one, take care, and keep reading. Warm hugs. Bye.